back with part 2. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes computers are great and sometimes they do weird stuff. So this is part 2 if you are jumping back in. I don't know, I feel like it often happens in the evening. My computer gets a little cranky, so anyway, it must just be tired at the end of the day. So I'm glad you're back. Make sure you say hi so I know you're here again. But anyway, I was just going through, if you haven't seen part 1, you're gonna have to look over for that one. We're going through all of the fun new things. I just finished a whole show and tell on the new in colors and all of the color comparisons that we have with them. And so I wanted to show you now. We're gonna switch back to our camera here. And I wanted to start going through this booklet here. So what we have is a whole new book and many, many fun things. And hi Lori, thanks for sticking with me, guys. I don't know if my camera is gonna be better, but we'll see. So we're gonna kind of go through here and I'm gonna give you my catalog walkthrough. I actually love doing this with you guys because I always see things that I have not noticed before, and that is really fun for me too. So I have all of these cards to show, so as we come up to them in the book, I will go ahead and share them with you. And right here is Pretty Florals, which in part 1 we talked about the cards and so forth that are using those. So I showed you some of the sweet cards here with our pretty new designer series paper and some in colors. So table of contents, super helpful. This little talks about making a difference, all of the amazing projects that Stampin' Up! Has helped to sponsor. And then remind you that stamping together with people is a good thing. So whether we're stamping together virtually or stamping together in person, it is really nice to just gather and share something. If you're feeling like burned out ever on your crafting, remember that you can just go ahead and remember why you love stamping so much. There are some suggestions here on like reasons that you like to craft and things. And the catalog is set up as a way for you to just write notes to yourself and journal and keep track of things. It's like a workbook for you to use because there are lots of places in here where you can go ahead and write down things that are important to you. All right. So remember, you now get Stampin' Up! Rewards every time you shop. And we're going to look first at these sort of step-by-step crafting. So there is the kits collection where lots of things are ready to go and the pieces all kind of come together. We have scrapbooking workshop kits. Now that doesn't mean workshop like you have to go someplace and like, you know, get your tool belt and your hammer out. What this basically means is like everything is in here to make a little scrapbooking set of memory pages. And most of these make 3 2-page 12 by 12 spreads. So for example, this is the Memories in Bloom kit, and it makes uses that same suite that I showed a little bit at the beginning to make 2 page spreads for 3 different sets, and includes all of the paper and all of the die cuts and all of the cardstock and everything to do that. So they are really fun and they're really detailed too. Even on the back side, they tell you what page it goes on. The little die cuts actually have a little label that say this goes on page 4 or this goes on page 3B or however they're labeled. So it's really easy and takes a lot of the guesswork out of that whole process. Now, if you saw Maker Mornings today, we used the Turtley Cute and Turtley Awesome stamp set. Turtley Cute is the suite. Turtley Awesome is the stamp set and die bundle. And Turtley, or did I say Turtley Sweet? Turtley Cute is the suite. Turtley Awesome is the stamp and die set. And Turtley Sweet, SWEET, is the scrapbooking layout. So gives you some ideas there. We have Weekend Adventures, Celebrate Together, which features the cheers and sips. Some information about the new ephemera and so forth that are in here, some ideas on how to use it, some maps, some scrapbooking templates, all kinds of useful things. If you're just getting started with stamping, the spots here are a great way to pick up some ink colors and have like what you might need to get started. All right, here's our first card. Coming here with Layered Thoughts, I have our first card sample. And one of the things that I love about this is the 2 different colors that are used here. So this card is by Janice Waitman, and she used Darling Duckling here and Cherry Cobbler, and they are really fun together. This paper here is actually a back of the paper from the Turtley Cute, the Turtle Sweet paper. And I apologize that my camera has not gotten better, but we'll persevere here. So here are the flat back pearls that go well with this and are a perfect combination for Darling Duckling. Those come in the new in colors as well as the last set of in colors. All right, and then we have some more fun ideas, some information like a bingo game, creativity array, and then we have the Florals in Bloom Suite. And I have a whole lot of cards with this one. So our first card here was made by Ann Clemmer, and Ann used the in colors, new in colors Secret Sea and old in colors Shy Shamrock. Bloom where you're planted. Actually, that's one of my favorite sayings. This one is by Leanne Graff, and she used the Designer Series paper, and then these 2 colors are Misty Moonlight and Timid Tiger. So you can see how well those go together as another really pretty orange and blue. Hey Joan, thanks for saying hi guys. All right, this card is by Amy Story, and Amy used strips of the Designer Series paper to, same thing, the in colors last time and in colors this time are really nice together. And so Amy used Shy Shamrock alongside of Secret Sea, and this purple here is the Petunia Pop. Took me a second. Petunia Pop, and those are a really nice combination. All right, this card is by Tammy Ackerson, and Tammy used one of the die sets that is from the online exclusives, and I'm going to show you this one when we get to those. After the catalog, we have all our online exclusives, and then this new Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper for a Timid Tiger card, and then this with it, this light blue is Cloud Cover. Now, the background paper she used up here is actually very vanilla, and it is a really great pairing with these 2. It makes it a little bit softer. Okay, this is a card by Joyce Farraco, and it's for all you quilters out there. You're gonna love this. So I'm gonna tell you now how Joyce managed to get this so perfect. She kind of cheated, but not really cheated. And so what she did was she put these strips here, run all the way from one corner to the other corner, and they're all lined up, and then she just cut little squares and popped them on top and embossed this whole panel here on top so that she could see, or she could continue that pattern, but get perfect mitered corners every time. So if I could sew a quilt like that, maybe I would quilt, I don't know. All right, so this card is by Cynthia Oliver. And Cynthia used the dies that are in the large companion set to the one with the bloom. So they're part of this suite too. And she went ahead and die cut those pieces here and popped them out with the greeting from let's see, so it's the Pretty Florals dies and the Sweet Blooms words there, the florals. This card is by Kim Kane, and she used the mini corrugated folder. So this is a Timid Tiger card base too. So yay, oh, Sue likes the quilt trick. So this is a really fun way to feature some Designer Series paper too. All right, this next card features is by Faye Caldwell. I'm going to show you the inside too. Faye used the Designer Series paper from Florals in Bloom here, and then she cut a little strip there at the bottom to go along with this. And this greeting here is from that border set that we're going to get to from our online exclusive. So, and you can see the really pretty pearls here that go along so beautifully with these pieces. All right, so those were our cards featuring the Florals in Bloom suite. So let's go ahead on now. I'm going to skip over some of these pages. And the next suite that's in here is Turtley Cute. And you saw me use this today. This is the card that we made this morning on Maker Mornings with Meg. It's one of those have your paper and see both sides of it too cards, because it opens this way so that you have an extra panel, and the extra panel lets you see both sides of that Designer Series paper. So on the front it says hooray, and then it says hope your birthday is turtly awesome. And we've used both the paper, well, we've used all the pieces in the suite actually. So this is the feature for Loven Stamps monthly tutorials for, what month is this? May? For May. And we are going to do 4 card projects with this set of supplies, and so I think you guys are really going to like them. And I have a bonus scrapbook page layout for you also, so that'll be an extra. But the Loven Stamps monthly tutorials are the ones that you get if you're place any size order in my online store. Pardon. And during the month, you get those as a PDF tutorial. If your order is at least $60 before Stampin' Rewards, or after Stampin' Rewards, but before shipping and tax, then you get card kits in the mail. You're going to get 2 card kits. And I haven't decided which ones you're getting yet. So I don't know. It might be this one or it might not be. All right. So other cards to feature with this stamp set are the this card here by Jenny Miller. And Jenny made this fun card here with a little stamped and colored here with Stampin' Blends turtle at the bottom. So now I asked Jenny how she did this background, and what she said was that she put her folder, put her cardstock through the folder to give it texture, and then she just added her garden green ink pad and tapped it down over the top to pick up all that extra ink on there. Okay. All right. Next suite, all kinds of fun ideas for this. The next suite is called Beautiful Gallery, and I have this paper. Oh, wait. Okay, do you want to see the turtle paper? I kind of showed it this morning, but this is the cut paper from my Loven Stamps Designer Series paper share. If you haven't seen that yet, it's worth a look-see. It's a great way to get a sampling of all of the papers. This paper is 12 by 12 in the package, but the version for the share is going to be 6 by 6. And along with the cardstock, or the DSP you get, here are the backs of all the papers. I think I forgot to show those this morning. You also get coordinating cardstock. And so you get a sheet of each card, or sheet of each of the coordinating colors for each of the Designer Series papers there. So that makes it really easy to pull out your DSP and have card bases ready to go. So these are kind of speed cards here if you want to just use them plainly, or you can embellish them or stamp them or do whatever you want to. But the point is there's a lot of guesswork taken out because you don't have to go searching for the cardstock for the pieces you're making. So that is part of the Loven Stamps Designer Series paper share, and the link for this is in the video description. So, all right. So the next paper is Beautiful Gallery, and I have this one to show you too. Now, if this looks like it has a lot of cardstock, it's because it does. This is actually like a 6 by 6 paper, and so it actually has 12 different pattern prints in it, double-sided, and so you're going to get 12 sheets to go along with it. The whole paper share has 101 different Designer Series papers in it, so there's a lot of really pretty new patterns because you're going to get a sampling of all of the colors too, all of the Stampin' Up pattern paper colors and all of the new in colors and returning in colors. So let's take a quick look at these papers. I'll start at the back. They are absolutely beautiful. And they have this sort of old world elegance to them that, I'll do them next to each other so we can kind of see more of them. Old world elegance to them that is just an amazingly beautiful Designer Series paper. They're so detailed. This one looks like a Currier and Ives to me. This one looks like a print out of a book, like a botanical book. Just really cool possibilities. And then the back sides are more neutrally texture-y kinds of things. So on tomorrow, I'm going to share a card that actually makes the most of this Designer Series paper right here. So that's going to be on Maker Mornings with Meg tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that one. That's Thursday. No, not tomorrow. Sorry, Thursday morning. Today's Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Tuesday night. It is Tuesday, right? Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Now, let's do some cards from this suite. There are 2 stamp and die bundles in this suite too. So this one features the Gallery Blooms. This is a card that I did, along with the Designer Series paper folder and these amazing little pressed flower motif dots. You can kind of see that up there in sort of the detail, okay? We also have the beautiful motif dies. These don't die cut, they just kind of pop out the pieces here. So you have these really pretty elements. And this card is by Laura Bartow. This is a card by Susan Elise Morton, and she used that die there at the corner that doesn't cut out too, as well as this frame. This is from the Gallery Blooms. This card is by Margaret Van Vliet, and she used a really cool trick to add some brushing here to these florals. These cards are by, this is by Cindy Bauman and by, they're all kind of sticking together, sorry guys, Karen Titus. And here are two different ways to use these. These are both watercolored look. They're done with Stampin' Blends, but a really great way to make the most of that pretty floral in there. This card is by Linda Bowen, and this one in the Returning in Colors is by Ramona Simpson. So pretty here. And this is the one of these sprigs here, one of these floral die sprigs here from this card. This card is by Chris Anderson, and I love the way Chris used this little bit of designer series paper up here to top the banner and just really make that card finish off. We have this one here by Kathy Parlitzis, and Kathy used that folder in the background. I hope you can kind of see that pretty well. And lots and lots of pretty things. This one is a combination of previous suite and this one here with a beautiful motifs bundle. This is by Jan McClurg. So she used those pretty florals from this particular suite, but she combined them with those bright colors from the other stamp set and bundle. This card is by Sandy Rule, and Sandy used these flower images down here. So this suite includes a lot of really beautiful florals that you can use for lots of different things. All right, we are winding down towards the end of the cards for this catalog, so let me flip ahead. Kintsugi Inspirations is beautiful. I've seen it, but I don't have any cards to share, so that one's going to be fun. Boho Vibes is another one that I'm sure is going to be a favorite. And then we have some scrapbooking page kits. These are the stickers and designer series paper kits, as opposed to the workshop kits that were earlier that had the full page spreads. These are a make your own kind of situation. And then we have, of course, some albums and so forth. This page is about the two-tone cardstock. So Stampin' Up came out with two-tone 12x12 cardstock in many, if not all, of the colors. I think it's supposed to be all, actually. So you get 12 sheets, and these are the papers with white cores. So there are lots of things that you can do with those. And then I wanted to show you just a little bit here, the Notes and Totes dies. So this is a card that I made. And this tote here on the front is die cut. All of these fun little pockets and hearts and finishes and stuff, those are all die cuts too. This card actually comes together really quickly with all of the different choices here. And if your order with me in May is $60 or more, then you're gonna get a 12 card video class, 12 projects featuring the Notes and Totes bundle, and that is the Creative Stamping Collective. So it's a really cool way to get a lot of extra ideas and details for them. All right, the last card from this catalog that I have to show you is, I hope I didn't miss it, here it is, Peaceful View, and this is by my friend Mary Ellen Stites, and I love this card. So Mary Ellen did an ombre background with blending brushes and then went ahead and stamped over the top, and she told me she used basic gray to stamp the silhouette overlay instead of one of the blacks, and I really love how that came out. So really, really pretty card with that sunset on the front. So, all right, so that covers us. I didn't count as we went along, so I have no idea how many, but that covers us for our cards here from the from the annual catalog. Now I do have a whole mess of cards to show you. These are actually from the online exclusives, and if you look in the video description, there is a link to take you directly to the online exclusives so that you can see what you are having access to that's new, that is not in the catalog. So online exclusive doesn't mean anything special except that these items were released outside of the regular catalog cycle, so they're released to online only, so you won't find them in the books if you're looking. Okay, so let's go through some of these. This first one is called, the stamp set is called Inspiration Squad. And my dear friend Betsy Kreider made this. Betsy loves neutrals, browns, and so forth. And this is the inside of her card. She always likes to decorate the cards. But this little guy, I Believe in You, is so sweet. And she did an amazing job coloring. I love the way the coloring looks on this. And she added just a little bit of Wink of Stella. Not sure how well that shows up for you, but a little bit of Wink and Stella to make that pretty shimmer show. All right, this next one is called Sweet Jar. And this card is by Mary McNeely. And she used this designer series paper in the background here is from one of the scrapbooking kits. It came out previously, but this sweet jar right here is a punch. And so you can see the jar and the top are two separate pieces, and then the stamp set includes a whole lot of things that you can pop inside the jar, all kinds of goodies. Okay. All right, this next one is called Sentimental Framing, and this is the one that I mentioned has the cool die cut frame edges and then a whole bunch of different greetings to go with it. So Sentimental Framing, this card is by Ann Plummer. These two cards feature the paper tags stamp set, and this is by this is one of my cards, and this is by Janice Waitman. And they are kind of reminiscent of Chalk Talk, if you remember that stamp set, or if you missed Chalk Talk, this is a great one to add to your collection instead. And the tags are a lot of fun. They layer together, so this little tiny die cut tag fits around that larger die cut tag. So, all right, the next stamps or next cards are by Sandy Rule and Linda Bowen. And these guys, hint, hint, you might see something with this stamp set bundle on Thursday morning. So watch for that to come up. But these are a really pretty way to use the Sunrise Sailing stamp and die bundle. Now this has a hybrid embossing folder, and you can kind of see, I think probably on both of these cards, that there are embossed edges. So you can see Sandy just used the embossed, and Linda went ahead and cut out the embossed folder. So hybrid embossing folder means that it will cut and emboss both. And so I'm going to show you how to do both of those on Thursday morning. All right, our next one is a floral suite called Impressions of Bloom, and Floral Impressions Suite. The stamp and die set is called, oh gosh, I have to look at this. Impressions of Bloom is the stamp and die. Floral Impressions is the suite. Okay, by the time we get through this catalog, I probably will have figured this one out. But this card is by Joyce Fracco, and it has kind of a fun opening here where you have a little bit of a mixed flap card. Okay, definitely one that I've used layout before. So this is 3x4 here on the front with a mat behind. And then we have another card with the same suite. This is by Leanne Greff. And Leanne used Strawberry Slush, as did Michelle Cook, and used these florals here. So you can see there's really two different looks for this. The Coastal Cabana card here has these two-step stamps, so they have both layers. And Michelle's card uses just the outer layer, and they're both really, really effective for cute florals. So different color schemes and suites all together for those. All right, our next two cards are by Tammy Ackerson and Liz Orr, and these feature the designer series paper from the Floral Impressions suite. Now, when you're looking for online exclusives, I went ahead and put a link in the video description for the online exclusives directly. And if you're looking for these because they're not in the book, that's totally fine. I find the easiest way to search these to be able to actually see what you want to see is to go ahead and use the filter at the top corner and put in the filter of highest to lowest. So show them price highest to lowest, because that way the suites will show up first. It doesn't mean you have to get the whole suite, but at least you'll know what pieces go together. And then in each of these suites, you can click on them and they'll show you the individual things with individual links, okay? All right, next card. This is my last one. This is by Carmen Melendez. This is the last one for this Floral Impressions suite. See, there I said it like 3 times, okay. And it is a fun fold card. I love the way this comes together and pops kind of there in the middle. So really clever fun fold that you might see coming up coming up sometime soon. So, all right, this is the Party Piggy stamp set, and this is by my friend Cindy Bauman in Honolulu, and she did this really cute little piggy hula girl. There's also a window that you can punch out the pig's tummy and have like confetti or something in there, so that's really cute. This stamp and die bundle are called More Messages, and this card is by Natalie Travis. And I love that Natalie went ahead and stamped these in Strawberry Slush with Strawberry Slush ink, and then she stamped again on basic white paper. And if I were making this as a card swap or for a whole bunch of occasions, I would stamp this white with basic gray once and punch them out, and then I would use all the greetings, because this is like a big tray of greetings on one big die, so it cuts out all of these greetings with cute little shapes at the same time. So if you missed the many messages, I think it was called Many Messages, Many Merry Messages maybe, this one's called More Messages, and this is a really outstanding way to put your stamps to work in short order. So all right, this one is the Scenic Adventure stamps and dies by Laura Bartow. And I think this is Scenic Adventure, and then this is actually from the that floral suite, the Beautiful Gallery suite, is this frame here. So really pretty way to put those pieces to work. This is by Jennifer Cotton, and the stamp set here is called Pattern of Friendship, and it actually has some beautiful greetings. So if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend going to check it out. This one says, "You bring so much joy and laughter to my life." Okay, and then comes one of my favorite suites in a long time. I love the colors, and I just think they're so happy and cheery. And this is Cheers and Sips. And this first card here is by Terry Biggs, and the second card here is by Amy Story. These are stamps and dies and designer series paper that all go together. And so really easy to kind of mix and match the pieces. So here is the designer series paper, and this is the designer series paper cutout. This is the stamped images with designer series paper in the background, and then die cut here. And can you see this glass? She did such a beautiful job of making this little yellow glass here. It has the texture from the die die cut on it. So there's a die to cut out the glass, and then there's a die to texture the glass, and they are just really kind of fun to use together. So, all right, this is by Karen Snyder, and Karen used a little bit of a cello bag here and made like an overlay that she cut out. She turned this cup here. It's actually like an on the rocks kind of glass, or like a pool glass. She turned it into a wine glass here by using the umbrella die cut and the glass die cut with a stem in between. And so this is kind of a fun way to use those pieces together too. So by Karen. This one is by Karen Titus, and Karen did the same here with the designer series paper layered, and then she used the greeting Cheers from this set and put these all together on a Strawberry Slush background, which is just really pretty with this designer series paper. And then I got one more swap in this set. This is Textured Notes and the Beautiful Motifs die. This is by Jan McClurg. And the background here is Textured Notes and the mini corrugated folder. These were from a previous online exclusive that released in March. And then the fern here in the center, this is from the new Beautiful Motifs dies, which is actually from the annual catalog. So this one's kind of an annual catalog and kind of an online exclusive swap. But, oh, hey, Matt. Hey, Alice. All right, so that brings us, I'm pretty sure if you count, I counted 52 cards. If you included the ones from the part 1 video and the ones from the part 2 video. But either way, there are a whole lot of great possibilities for this. Now, if you're looking at this book and you're thinking, well, that's really nice, but I want it all, kind of like Leanne said on part 1 of our video. If you're looking at this and thinking, I want it all, then the best thing to do is to go ahead and become a demonstrator, because first of all, the demonstrator starter kit is on special in May. So you're gonna get $66 bonus for free with your $99 starter kit order, basically. So the kit is $99. You pick out $165 in product of your choice that comes in there. And then you also get some business supplies and a free paper pumpkin month, and so forth. Now, it's really, really, oh, and did I mention free shipping? I think I left that off the first time. It's a really good deal. Plus, then orders you place for yourself after that include your demonstrator discount, which is a bonus. And you earn Stampin' rewards, the same as customers do, same as people are placing regular stamping orders. You get those on your demonstrator orders too. So you get your discount and your extra Stampin' rewards bonus, as long as your order is at least $20, because that's all you need to qualify for Stampin' rewards now. So really exciting. So anyway, as you're thinking about what you might want, if your list is really long, jump over to my website at lovenstamps.com and check out the details about the starter kit special. It is a really outstanding way to get started. So, all right, I think that about covers us. Paper share, sign up for the paper share. That's going to close pretty soon. On May 12th, it's closing, so don't miss your chance. New things and starter kit special. So lots of good things to talk about. All right. Well, thank you guys for bearing with me. I apologize if the camera has been a little bit shaky. Hopefully the audio quality is okay. And I will get these posted for watching later, so you can go back if there's things you want to see or whatnot. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning for Maker Noise with Meg, Tuesday and Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. So, all right, guys, have a really great evening. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I will see you on Thursday. Happy stamping. Bye.